Hello everyone and welcome back to the official PokerStars channel. My name is Nicholas Walsh. We are live once again and we are going to play some spin and goes today. A lot of you guys have requested that I should play lower stakes sometimes anyway, because also it means that we have more exploits against people that should be theoretically less advanced in poker, and we'll see how we get on, guys. And min raise with the ace king suited. Just a small continue, just the one big blind I think is good. Two barrels for sure, especially against the guy that doesn't like folding bottom pair in that previous spot. And then I think we probably consider tripling. So this is the guy that can literally have a 5, but it's also the guy that we literally can never fold this hand to because we're just beating way too much. So wish me luck, guys. Yeah. Feels good. I think we end up doing getting a lot more information that way, and then obviously if they check jam with a queen or at the bottom end of the straight, it's a bit weird. So I think the check actually might be a bit better. Obviously we're just gonna call down here, guys. We're gonna have pretty much the uber nuts. If we bet like this, we can shove the river. The lead on ace 7-5 is really bad though. I think you just end up having like nothing there basically most of the time. King deuce. So talking about this one really quickly, obviously we have decent equity against that hand, so let's actually talk about that one for a minute, guys. Kudos to this guy for kind of getting it in good there as he gets shallower. Ace 8 though is just such a better shove here, because actually you win so much in relation to your stack when you get folds. If I do end up shoving king deuce or like 8-7 suited or something like that versus limp, which I definitely would consider doing pretty much every single time, you end up having pretty much exactly this. It's like a 60-40 or whatever it is, right? Ace 8 suited is a much better limp trap because it has much better playability post flop in a limp spot. So the way you balance this is you probably do want to have some traps that contain these hands, but then you probably just do it with ace 8 suited. I've spoken about this quite a lot with people from the community. Especially the people who have considered buying my my spin and go pre-flop material. So basically, the cool thing about the way that GTO likes to balance these spots is they're aware of the fact that ace 8 is probably good enough to trap with, but the way that it distributes it is that they use the suited combos, which are marginally better. But what's interesting and what people kind of don't realize is also it's not really necessarily to do with equity at all. In some cases, it does the suited combinations because that way it's 4 combinations of a potential 16 that you're going to do it with. So it's actually limiting the frequency that you actually have traps like this, because you probably do a lot better by having some shoves that are going to be weaker than ace 8, and then obviously ace 8 is going to be a part of that balanced range. So under these circumstances, I think the ace 8 is just a jam, pretty straightforward. Ace 8 suited definitely consider putting in some limps and some traps, so I think that's a bit better. And obviously the upside of it just playing better post flop in position, because when you flop like flush draws, you can kind of just get in. This is not the worst flop I've ever seen. How do we get the max here? Should we play it slow this time? Aces would be sad. King 8's a good hand though. I'm really excited to see what Stars does with their mystery bounties though, because I think moving forward, like Strag was talking about, lots of ideas that they had to try and do some interesting formats that were obviously slightly different from the sort of the traditional spots. I think we can check here. The min cash was 150 and highest Mr. Bounty was 8K. Oh man. I love those kinds of stories though, mate. I think that's really fun. I love, like, free roll spin ups and stuff. That reminds me of like a lot of accounts that I started back in the day. It was 800. Okay. I was gonna say 8K. Boom. I didn't even question it. Yeah, king queen limp call is fine here. This is cool. It's good to win it too. All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. This one's fine like this. Yeah, this is also not a thing, but he has some equity, to be fair. Pretty much confirmed not what you want to be doing, but that's okay. Hello, Jasmine. How you doing? Hi, Nick. I love your streams. I'm learning, and I have a question. Are spin and goes the same as three-handed play at the end of an MTT? So yes and no. What you learn when you learn how to play spins is absolutely applicable to three-handed play at any stage of a tournament. So if you imagine that there's a 9-handed or an 8-handed tournament, once everybody folds round to the button, the thing that you learned that you do in spin and goes from the button, the small blind, the big blind are still very useful. And still applicable to a certain degree. However, tournaments usually have antes, so the ranges are very slightly different because there's additional dead money, especially when we're full ring and everybody's put in an ante. And then also at the end of a tournament, you also have ICM, assuming that there's differentiated values for first, second, and third. So again, very, 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 very useful to study spin and goes because it will improve you as a tournament player when you're playing short-handed and three-handed, both when there's 8 at the table and they folded, and then also when you get down to the final table and there's only 3 left. But also, you will need to learn what you do in spins, which has no ICM because it's usually winner take all. Again, but we'll just put this one in. Which is a great starting point to try and study and to try and learn. However, you also need to study ICM to know how to adjust away from that too. So basically, when you find yourself final 3, it can be really, really good to know your spins because you know what the correct chip EV moves are. But then you will also need to take into account the fact that there's ICM implications that change ranges pretty significantly as well. So the answer is kind of yes. And the answer is there's a little bit more that you gotta take into account as well. Ooh, that's a nice round. Queen 9, just checking it back here. Might be a float here some of the time. I think we prefer to have a spade though. Queen 9 might be good enough to actually still have a float there though. Just bear that in mind. Top pair, good kicker on the diamond board. I guess we can bet. I am very much looking forward to tomorrow, though. I think it's going to be a great stream. So I hope you guys will come and join us. I anticipate it's going to be a really big stream as well, just because we got so many of the PokerStars big guns out there. These are the kinds of streams that I would also absolutely love to take part in, but I'm also the genius, and I'm not self-aggrandizing. What I mean is, I mean that ironically, I'm the genius that really, really likes Streamer Showdowns and decided to build the supercomputer that can actually do the delay. And now I have to run the delay, so I never get to play them. Not so clever, eh? We could just shove turn, I guess. That seems fine. In the previous spot where he had Jack 9, he actually sized down like this as well, so I kind of anticipate he always calls here anyway, so it's fine. Okay, so I might be an old man and I might have a hangover a little bit today, and I might not be playing my absolute best today, but he still got it. Old man Nick still got it. He still knows. He still notices these things, okay? literally go. This is exactly what he did when he had Jack 9 when he turned when he turned strength. And this is what he literally did on the turn when he actually turned 2 pair as well against the aces. Nice answer. Too many table service bottles at the club. Now I wish. No, Monday evening was hanging out with some friends. Totally forgot it was my birthday, but they insisted that we celebrate on Monday, and then yesterday just took the day. and just had a really chilled one. And I ate like Korean food and it was amazing. But I'm definitely getting too old. Too old for all that. I think I need to start like another health challenge. We probably are supposed to defend quite a lot there with the suited hands. We're trapping this one, of course. Checking here, totally fine. The ultimate trap. The ultimate trap. The ultimate trap is laid. And this is a call. Wish me luck, guys. Here we go. The 9-4 is fine to shove here, though. Absolutely tramped him, you guys, and it worked out nicely. But yeah, so guys, I'm gonna go chill for a little bit. I'm gonna go rest up, and hopefully tomorrow back up to full strength so I can give you guys a good show. Check out the website, check out the GTO chart pack as well if you want to improve your spin goes. And that's gonna be it for me for today, guys. But I appreciate your support as always. Love you all very much.